doesn't exist. It's an ion shell, right? That's kind of like your chrono damage for the most part here. I mean, I guess Dark Will with the new change is the Bedlam you can throw on the Faceless Void, but that's going to be easily counteracted by the Sunray, the Phoenix, and Mu with a Solar Guardian. So I feel like they're just going to have like rough lanes and damage issues. But if it gets that ultra late game, technically this Void still is the strongest hero in the game. But we'll have to see how this one plays out. Little micro things can happen in the game. And it goes back down to, I think, the number one thing that needs to happen for Sand King Gómez is this mid lane needs to not only win, but not die to support rotations.
I have to say that new Bedlam on the Dark Willow looks very intriguing with being able to jump onto your ally, buff up that extra damage. If it works inside Chrono, yep, that's pretty cool, because I haven't seen it in action. I don't know if the model disappears and you're just moving around inside next to the Void, or if you're actually throwing your hero in when you just get stuck inside the Chrono. So that could be something that works. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it works. I haven't seen it personally, but it should work.
Well, I tried.
Probably we will be seeing that at some point this game, making that Willow a little bit stronger, because the hero has always it's been a range nuisance. And only if it's 100% sure it can hurt an enemy, it will go into melee range to do damage. So now you have an option of buffing your ally or making yourself look strong without putting yourself really in harm's way.
Oh, I think it's a big buff for Dark Willow to be able to do that.
Yeah,
it just gives you an extra tool that you just didn't have before. And I think you're right on the money. Like, at some point, you want to turn into an Ags and be a carry on this hero, and you no longer use the Bedlam. But now, you can still do that and still use the Bedlam. But the same issues still arrive with this hero, where this hero takes a lot of time to come online. A little bit greedy on that regard. And the damage output, even from level 1 Bedlam, isn't that much. So they're really playing for the late game here on Sand King Gómez. If you can get to that Willow with the Aghanims, with like some vacuum into Chrono, some Wukong's command on top of it, like it all sounds great in theory, but like, you've got a lot of dough to play until you can get to that stage of the game.
Also, what I like to see is already looking at the carry itemizations. They've got so many items on their quick buy. Sven, he's already got like the basic farm build that he needs. But most importantly, K1 is a hell of a farmer, so Faceless Void's like, I need Midas this game. I gotta keep up to K1.
Yeah, it's pretty much the Void build right now. Most everyone goes Midas.
That too as well. It's just kind of the storyline of like how good K1 actually is in terms of farming.
I mean, he's definitely a beast. He was a bit too much of a beast for Beast Coast, so maybe farmed a little too much, and I think that's where he's spent a lot of time thinking about, because whenever you get like removed from a roster, you can't just be like, oh, these guys are terrible. You have to find some truth on why they would do what they did. And I think the reason why Beast Coast did remove him is they wanted Parker, who is a player that farms also a lot, but is a bit more active. So we're going to have to see if K1 is going to implement being a little more active into his gameplay.
Yeah, that does ring some truth to the words that Astini did talk about him being a bit of a proactive player. So we suspect Nouns to be playing around him a lot. But Yamson, the ex-carry, will have to give away his life to Dutcho, with 9 bullying him around with that Iron Shell, and leads into a first blood for good old Sand King Cometh, a.k.a. Sand King Gómez.
Did you get deja vu on that kill? Because I did. Literally last
same place.
Same place, same tusk, same death. But either way, it seems to be if you try to chase that around there, it's going to happen. It's not the biggest deal. K1 is still farming. It's just a little bit of extra gold. I say it's not a big deal, but it's kind of a big deal for the Darkseer to get that early ring of health. It won't stop the Sven from farming, but it'll pretty much make it so they can no longer stop the Darkseer from farming, which was a possibility until that point, as they do end up getting another support kill here onto the Dark Willow.
Of course, that's Nouns getting on the board as well with their first kill, 1-1. You can't quite kill off Slawi, the carry Faceless Void, but anything that they can take, they will. And also looking at this mid matchup, we haven't really touched upon Lund. Was expected to maybe destroy the matchup. Gunnar not in a really favorable position. Now doubling the CS on this Monkey King.
This is bound to happen. He's doing better than I expected, to be honest with you. However, what I'm really worried about is going to be that 6 to 8 minute mark. Will the supports just collapse on him, make his life a living hell or not? If he can avoid that, then this Monkey King can work. See, we'll get a proc here. There's something mesmerizing about watching a Monkey King play Dota.
Yeah. The sliding banana in the river.
Not that part, but you know, each their own. We all look out for different things in the game.
Yeah.
You're just looking for sliding bananas. I'm just like, watching.
The moment you said it, I was just looking at Lund sliding on bananas. There's something mesmerizing about it. Like, oh, okay, sure thing.
Whatever works for you, man. No judgment here. But either way, like,
no shaming.
Where is the action? I mean, I think it's just mid lane where the action's happening. I'm kind of looking at the other lanes, and not a lot is happening that is super unexpected, I want to say. In fact, nowhere on the map, nothing happening that is unexpected. Even this top lane, I'm a little surprised that Void is doing as well as he is.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Dawnbreaker is a very strong laner, and you, like I mentioned, you pick this Void to survive the lane. You don't really pick it to crush the lane. I don't think there's any Void that truly like crushes the lane. He just kind of like chills out.
Yeah. Also, most likely, if I haven't heard any updates, Slavi playing from Slovakia or Slovenia. I'm not entirely sure. I remember Hippomaniacs being a Czech organization. Because Willow's actually in trouble as we talk about this top lane. Moo just needs one connection on a right click, and that should be an... Nope, gonna need another one. Yeah, he's just gonna burn to death from that right click. And that's gonna be a kill for them, taking off that that Willow. But yeah, Slavi gonna have to play on a bit of a higher ping. But that's not gonna be an excuse. This is the TI qualies. Doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, now this lane is actually going really bad for the Void on the top lane. The lane's gonna push backwards. And we're going to see a ripple effect here. Because if they do this correctly on Nouns, they're going to be like, okay, 6 minute runes coming in a minute here. Moo kind of has lane equilibrium. Actually, they're going on Moo.
Attempting their best to take down this Dawnbreaker, but 5 armor at level 4. Very much HP as well. Going to be super difficult.
And unfortunately, Bramble Maze is a spell that isn't reliable. So the Brambles didn't connect whatsoever there.
Remember those Asian video games where there's like bullet hell games? You know bullet hells as a category? There's like a million
Fire
things
Survivor
happening on the
what?
screen, and you're trying to dodge every single particle on the screen and try to kill the boss.
Okay.
Yeah. So Bramble Maze is always kind of like where you have to dodge
Yeah,
those
it is.
particles. Lund in trouble in the river. Third hero also showing up is Yamson, throwing in that extra wave of terror. Grenade to slow him down. Gunner close to getting the kill, and he's gonna get it.
I mean, who could have predicted this, you know what I mean?
Nine still trying to fight all the way to the end, but Gunner already level 6 into the Bramble Maze. Gets another jump out.
Got the rune.
John trying to help him out, but there's... Yep, he's got the haste. He's got the bottle regeneration. He's got to be fine. Even turning around is like, guys, you want some dominance? I'll show you some dominance. Gunner runs back in with that haste rune. Has another remnant available. Throwing it already out. He's going to be able to move away from that snowball. Well, at least pull 9 a bit further away. He was just probably suspecting to run away. Gets the
Neutral
deny.
got it.
Mr. Pinecone gets the kill, and Yamson in trouble as Lund has already come back, so Lund gets a kill and make it 1 apiece. And Slawi also dropping fairly low in the top lane, but he's okay.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. You got to be careful, though. I'm glad the supports are making some rotations, because the biggest mistake I've seen from... It's mostly the amateur teams I see pull out this Monkey King mid, because they're using their pubs as an example, right? You're just like, oh, okay, I'm going to just pick Monkey versus Ember. Nobody's going to gank me. The Ember's going to probably destroy his items. But in these top-tier games, it's not going to happen. The supports are going to rotate on you, and you got to be able to match that tempo. And to some degree here, they are, and they're doing a good job. And Gunner, he's doing... You can tell he knows this matchup. Gunner loves this Monkey King. So he knows how this hero functions, and he's doing everything he can. As you can see, he's just pushing that mid lane in by dragging the wave over there. So now that he will at least have a wave to farm.
Yeah.
It's a hard matchup, but he's doing what he can, cutting the wave behind the tower.
And he's doing a good job at it, yeah.
He's doing very good.
Stuff you got to do when you're in a hard situation. Meanwhile, the face is Foy getting hammered by Lelis and Moo. Still trying to go for the chase after he uses the time walk, but no connection. Yamsen is also here, and here comes Chan. Does get a double ramble out there. Also the stun onto Moo, and Moo, he's going to get deleted. 4 heroes for a kill. Monkey King can then rotate straight away back to the mid lane. 9, he does find Yamsen. It's just a support brawl, basically. Iron Shells also run out, so 9 doesn't have the extra damage. Blood Grenade also used pretty early. Still a bit of slows. Lund, he was moving towards mid, but he comes back for the kill. And he's got the Jingu stacks up. They're trying to save him the kill. They will get it. Tusk is dropping fairly low here. Lund has the Boundless Strike available. Gunnar can also just dodge it with a Slate. Now he's waiting for it, but doesn't actually get the chance to dodge it. Meanwhile, 9 will fall. And Lund looks like his life is coming to an end. Gunnar, with the help of Lelis and Moo, secure a second kill off of that Monkey King.
Quite good. And to speak a little bit of outside of what's happening on the top lane, like a lot of good trades. It's just Nouns having the numbers advantage there. And kind of just having the superior just spells at this stage of the game right now. But just to go back to Hector a little bit, who is farming it up, kind of showing a little bit of his mentality and maybe of like how he's changing it, is he went for the Duelist Glove. This item is only really good when you're near enemy heroes, which means at some point he's going to want to be near as you get the 20 attack speed if heroes are nearby you. More of like a brawling option for your neutral item instead of just an AFK farming.
Well, maybe it does help to some extent, but you're right, it doesn't really help his farming too much, just the plus 12 damage.
There's certainly better items that can help you farm from the neutral spot.
Maybe he just had a very bad list of randoms.
Yeah, I'm trying to give the man some credit here, don't take away his glory.
Oh yeah, we're definitely not focusing too much on that. K1 already topping the net worth, 10 minutes. His CS is just out of this world, right? He's already at 100 last hits compared to the next one, which is the Darkseer with 61. Monkey King hasn't been farming a lot, just forced to fight the whole time. Gunnar's been farming and fighting. And talking about that, chasing a Dark Willow under the tower to secure another kill. He's 4-0 on this Ember Spirit. So even being half the CS behind the Monkey King has not stopped him an inch.
Yeah. And he has half the CS, but twice the impact almost. He hasn't had twice impact yet, but there's an egg.
Ooh. Very spicy fight here. They're going to look to get themselves a Tusk at least. Stuns the Void on the back, but he's got a Chrono opportunity. Not going to throw it down yet. 9 will fall first. Moose still tanking damage out of 3 separate heroes. Damson and Gunnar, they're moving out. They're going to sack Moo. Don't want to risk the chance of a Chrono there as they're all spread out by now. So that's a 1-for-1. Tusk for the Dawn.
But meanwhile, you brought 5 heroes for that. That's the Silent Beast and Hector. Rotations are on point. Pops the God Strength, farms up bot wave right as the big camp spawns. TPs immediately to go to the double stack of Ancients. He hasn't forgotten how to farm. It's in his blood. I must say, his rotation for farming is very good, as he is now going to probably go to the large camp on the left there, clear that out, potentially stack it, maybe farm top lane, have the Phoenix stack it if they're really pro.
Most likely, yeah, that could be the thing.
I mean, Hector's yelling at him, please stack the Ancients there. What are you doing, bro? This is my efficiency.
Yeah, you have nothing else to do. Help me out.
So I just felt like I just lived a day in the life of Hector in this game, just like watching the farming patterns of how he thinks.
Ooh, 9 trying to get a catch onto Yamsen there with the shards, but no connection. Not that they can do too much damage with the Tusk and the Darkseer versus the 2 heroes they're facing off against bottom, but at least a bit of extra poke always helps.
Sorry, I want to go back to Hector again.
Let's go back to Hector.
He digs up the Kobold with the prospecting aura, give him 20 GPM, puts it on top of Hector. Yeah, it's not following him. Somebody
moved his Kobold 4K1. Trying to yell to the NPC, please follow me.
Lelis also gets a bounty rune on top of the Kobold for Hector. Yeah, either way, point being is this Sven's very farmed, and he's going to continue to be very farmed. The question is, when is he going to join the game? He has BKB queued up. He's either going to finish the BKB or he's going to go for a blink.
Oh, Willow was very
lane?
low in the top lane. That could be an easy catch for Gunner, but it's going to get feared and stunned and into another follow-up as well.
Oh, good swap.
But that the swap is going to save him out. Yamsen, he's going to tank the bullet and force everybody else to follow him. Again, the supports go for the sacrifice so the cores can run away. Still in the chase for Gunner. Lund doesn't quite get the connection on Gunner, but he finds Lelis. Lelis with the slow. Surge being used, but he's got no attack speed whatsoever with the fire spit. The Spirit's connecting. And now you got 9 snowballing under a tower. And I have to make a run for it. Lund's going to help him escape.
Chains in 2, 1.
Still
And out of range.
There, but no.
Tumbler's toy gets away. Darkseer has a pipe. And meanwhile, during that, Hector took mid tower. Farmed out the enemy ancients. Farmed enemy triangle.
Remember when I said 100 CS at 10 minutes? He's 184 at 13 minutes and 40 seconds. So this guy is building stonks. If you have any K1 stonks, you got to watch out for those in a bit.
This guy knows how to farm. No one ever doubted that. And as long as you can utilize his farming speed, you can, by not feeding, right? Yeah, and I think Nouns has been doing a good job of just not feeding, taking these fights. And I think Gunner's really a great mid laner to have with you if you're like one of these really hard farming players, because Gunner, he kind of likes just making plays by himself on the map. He likes playing these spirits, these embers, just like having you come gank him. And I think he gets some weird enjoyment out of like you bringing 4 heroes to kill him. He doesn't kill anyone, barely lives. And then like, haha, you just wasted all your time there. And that really benefits carry players who know how to farm fast to have that type of space. Because not only are they drawing his attention away from K1 so he can farm everything, but it's also just like he's playing a hero that can flash farm too. So he's like able to hit everything on the map as fast as he can while knowing he's not getting ganked, because Gunner's giving space. He's giving information of every hero on the map right now as he's going to claim another tier 1 on the top lane
but
here.
there's also a smoke coming down towards the bottom lane. Sand King Gómez racking up the numbers. Lund's going to be in the lane, but they're all out of there. As Roshan is also going to head over to the Twin Gates.
But this Void isn't doing bad.
Lelis is,
I will say,
going to walk into a trap, maybe. No, they're not actually.
trap the Twin Gate.
No. Yeah, they were not going through. Well, that's your smoke. They will trade for a tier 1, which Hector has already finished off ages ago.
And Hector has a BKB if he wants to use it. I like how he has not disassembled the Echo just yet, because if he disassembles the Echo, it'll slow down not only his damage, but his farm output. He'll probably do it as needed if they're about to fight. Oh no, he actually just bought a new one. Okay, so he just didn't even need to disassemble Echo at all. He's just that farmed.
That farmed and that confident. 5k lead for Nouns without any real proper huge fights taking place. Just singular skirmishes, a couple 3-man rotations here and there.
All right, Hector,
they found Hector. They're going in for
little. He's got a BKB.
Very deep, but he has a BKB. No ulti in 20 seconds. Turn around, takes the damage onto the Tusk. They've got the Dawnbreaker coming in. 2-man stun. 1 kill going their way. Can they get another? They got the Darkseer in the chains from Gunner. And Dutcho dropping low. Moo coming there for the rescue as well to help him out. He might lose his life, but they finished off a kill already. And the rest of them, they're already moving. Oh, but the Chrono misses. It doesn't hit anything. Oh. Schooled again, man. That hurts. That hurts your confidence, if nothing else.
That was probably one of the best fights you could have taken as Sand King Gómez. Sure, having a BKB on Sven isn't great, but his God Strength was on cooldown. So they caught him without God Strength. They caught him alone. The Dawn died to save him, without a doubt. Sure, I would have liked that Void to be a little earlier, just so we can get the Chrono off, but it is what it is. But unfortunately, at the end, he thought he could catch Gunner at the edge of that Chronosphere, but Gunner a little bit too fast. It's kind of what he's known for these Embers. He's a quick kid. He's quick on his fingers. You can't Chrono him. You got to think twice before you start using Chrono on a Gunner Ember Spirit. Especially, as you said, Slawi maybe playing on a little bit of ping. You're not Chronoing this Gunner Ember anytime soon.
Nope. Nor are you going to be escaping either, because Lelis, Gunner, Yamsen all making their way to the Faceless Void, and that's the carry about to drop. They use the swap to prevent the time walk from going off. making sure that they will actually catch him. And the Dark Willow, oh, Lund's been taken down by Hector at the same time. That's with the help of Moo. But that fight's still in the mid lane with 3. They find the Void, they kill the Monkey King, and Nouns losing no one.
Definitely rough out here. If you are Sand King Gómez, we talked about the basis of their strategy, what they needed to accomplish, and it's just, it's hard at this point.
It is hard.
Like your Monkey King he needs his BKB online. The Faceless Void, he needs level 20 at this point to do damage.
And he's talked about it in the draft as well. Like, this Monkey King needs to get a good start for the game, but it really, I feel like he's just being outscaled at this point. Like, already out-farmed, you could say. Not in the dominating position.
I really do enjoy what they're putting together here. What I did see from Yamsun when they played with Nouns, he tried to be active. In fact, what I noticed from a lot of Yamsun, like, he didn't know what he needed to do on the team just to carry. He had good seasons, he had bad seasons, and Moo will be dying, so that's kind of a bad death, but Yamsun didn't, like, have an identity. That's the best way to put it. For K1, he's always had this identity. And I think that empowers Nouns a little bit to know exactly how they should play with Hector. Hector, he's going to farm. Gunner, he's going to make space. Yamsun, he knows both that, so he just has to support that idea. Same with Laylis. And Moo, I don't even know what Moo is most of the time.
He did just make space. He basically found the enemy. They're doing Roshan at the same time. Guys, they're not contesting you. They might kill me here, but you're going to get Rosh for free. Yeah. Nines found some stacks, though. Not a lot of stacks, but something. And Gunner sees him.
And, yeah, I think he should get this kill. Oh, he has dagger, so we'll see.
Have to time it.
Yeah, I guess he did. He's dead. Okay. If you see that Moo has queued up on this Dawnbreaker, disassemble the Echo, finish the Point Breaker. He's got an Aghanim Scepter almost completed.
A lot of
this
heal.
Is going to give more heal, evasion, on top of the Sven, who is
it's
already
your chrono counter, yeah.
6,000 ahead of Void. How do you kill the Sven? I don't think you do.
And that's your chrono counter right there, basically. So Void, he already needs like an MKB to counter what
he needs a lot.
It's not even an item that Sven has. It's not like he has a butterfly. It's the Dawnbreaker buffing up the Void, buffing up the Sven, and K1's on the hunt. With that, God Strength still up for a little bit, but not able to find a connection with that. Silver Edge gonna have to reveal himself. Go straight for the tower. Even without God Strength, this guy is a force to be reckoned with right now. So Sand King Gómez, they understand the situation. They go for the Tormentor. Sean, oh, Gunner's coming in. He's hungry. He realizes something's up here.
Steal the Tormentor?
Here does connect, actually. But there goes your Willow. K1 finds the easiest kill of his life. And the Tormentor is yoinked.
Oh, they got it by the Monkey.
Monkey steals it, yoinks it for Chan.
There you go.
He gave his life away, but now he's gifted a shard.
Worth.
Still a tower down. And onto the high ground they go.
Yeah, it's 21 minutes here, but with this support duo of Phoenix and having Moo with the Saganims completed.
Trying to get the catch onto the Sven, but no connection with the Wukongs, and 9 is so deep in, gonna get hit by the stun, and Moo also there, but K1 finishes him down, and he's got enough mana if he pops that 1 to get that God Strength up, and they can continue sieging, and then that tier 3 is history.
I mean, that was Wukongs, and this Void is just like, hey guys, can you chill out for a second? I'm like 50 gold away from BKB. He just completes it.
But at least they didn't finish off the tier 3 tower. They backed away, moved elsewhere. And now returning. Gunners. Okay, they returned. Take down Lund.
BKB too, by the way.
There was Hector. Clearing out the illusions out of the way. Gunners about to fall. That Aegis is still there. Won't be able to clean that one out. They would have wanted it. That's a no.
Hector might just take these barracks because he can't walk away. Alright, so he should back down.
Through the wall he goes once again. Those illusions are instantly cleared out. Range racks down, tier 3 down. Not too much of a challenge coming out from Sanking Gómez, and Nouns into a 15k lead.
And honestly, that shard for the Willow there kind of saved their barracks of how many of those brambles were just laid on the ground to slow that Sven down. I think the big problem is going to happen very soon here, and I think this Aegis on Ember doesn't really matter that much. I think we would get a Satanic on Sven, which is coming soon. He is just going to go high ground. And with this Phoenix, who I think should have a shard coming out to him. Yes, Phoenix has a shard coming. With a Phoenix shard behind you and an Aghanims on this Dawnbreaker, I think Hector can confidently just walk up to the high ground, not use God's Strength, and just hit the buildings. He can use God's Strength if he wants, but I don't think he really needs to. Because then it puts him on a timer.
Gunner's on a roll here.
He's gonna do it without his team, though. I kind of want his team to be behind him for this one, though.
Hector also just diving straight to the back. 1-2 hits to take down the Tusk with the crit to the face. Slawi able to get to safety with that BKB, but really, there's no real safety in this game. Noma Nouns are inside your base. That's the melee Rex down. Gunner hunting down the Willow, slowly burning him down with the flame
He's got 3
card.
seconds on Aegis. Okay.
And he's out.
Full heal for Gunner.
Just killed a Shadow Realm Willow with a flame guard. That's all.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
All right.
Win probability giving a generous 12% for Sanking Gómez right now. We haven't seen them pull off a full-on 5 team fight yet. Are we going to get to see one of those, Fear?
I mean, yeah, we probably will see something of that nature. But the problem is they just don't have damage. Like, they kind of have to do something. But I'm just afraid, like, no matter what they do here, their options are limited of it succeeding. Monkey King's super poor. Faceless Void has pretty good net worth, but his net worth is being dwarfed by how much net worth that K1 has.
Yeah.
And it goes back down to, like, you pick this Void with no chrono damage, and you have so much save right now on Nouns. They're all on the same page. Like, they're gonna play for K1. You got the Venge swap, you got the drums on Venge, you got the Solar Crest on Venge, you got the Aura on Venge, you got Moo, who's also sitting there with the Aghanims to help for the Sven. Behind, you got, as well, Laylis helping the Sven. Everyone's building to let K1 in the game here.
Yeah.
It's a very methodical style. And it's something that Sanking Gómez lineup, it's not meant to hit this power spike.
They're going to try their best versus this Sven, but that's 3,400 HP of pure muscle that they have to fight against. And Janssen almost dropping to Lund with his BKB charge, but they need these kills. They're just spreading all over the place. Monkey King finding himself pretty much alone, and the Dark Willow getting caught by Gunner, getting blown up as the eggs popped. Ooh, that's pretty much a saving laser just placed down on the ground. Willow has to buy back. No Wukongs, no BKBs. Slawi has the chrono, but you haven't really seen too much of that yet. And they're trying to go for the Sven. They're trying to get their best up. But here comes Moo. Here comes that saving grace of the Solar Guardian. And K1 finishes off 9. Slawi with his BKB, but still no proper jump. And again, there's just no opening. There's no opening for Sanking Gómez. It's too late.
Well, they have the Solar Guardian now. They still have chrono available.
We've had it for a while.
Oh, Gunner almost got him there. I'm surprised that chain didn't connect.
They might try it again. Now they're actually backing out. It's just the Phoenix staying around. Well, another lane of racks secured. One more to go. 6 seconds for Roche's minimum spawn. Guesses? I say 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah, it's 45.
And it's a 210.
Okay.
So, you win.
Thank you. The easy game.
Oh, Lund's chasing Gunner. He's actually scouted him out. Chan's coming in. Docho to help out too. It's still, again, just a difficult fight. Gunner, Moo and K1 coming out from the south side. And right, almost finding Lund. Able to run out from the other side now. Gunner getting the initiation on the Docho. Also finding the Willow. And here comes Hector. Just toying with their prey. That's a dieback. No more Willow. Sanking Gómez gonna have to hold with 4.
He's beyond godlike on this hard countered mid Ember Spirit by the Monkey King. This is what I was worried about. As Gunner, is he trying to break the trees here? He is.
Smart idea. Blading all the way, but there we go. There's the entry, but who's in the Wukongs? Well, it's definitely not the heroes that they needed to be in there. Gunner's out. K1's hammering away. One more hit to finish off the Darkseer. He's got him, and Slawi might just have to save Chrono. Well, K1 stun still on cooldown. Gunner now jumping on the other side onto this Monkey King. He's really toying with Lund. You might have gotten away in the laning stage, but you didn't get away with the game. And that
they definitely tried. They tried to bring the pressure to Nouns here. Their draft was like, okay, let's win this lane. Let's pick the Darkseer. Sure, Void plus... Void and Darkseer are pretty good together. Oh, and they're going to chase heroes down, but they might kill supports, I guess.
They've tried to get this Venge for such a long time. Moose providing the heal, and so is that Phoenix Egg. Oh, the heal is higher than the damage being dealt, and GG's call from Sanking Gómez. Nouns will take the first game.
I think what you said at the end there was pretty much described the game.